How have you been doing over the last couple of months since we've talked?
I mean, I recently had my baby brother passed away. He was in a car accident, so that
Oh my
was
God.
kind of hard. Other than that, man, things have been going well.
Wow, that's pretty heavy. I mean, how long ago did that occur?
Month and 2 days ago.
Wow. Well, first of all, I'm sorry for your loss and your family's loss.
Thank
Um,
you.
Obviously, going through that makes things very difficult anytime there's any sort of trauma. How have you kind of focused yourself on your fighting career, and as how difficult has that been?
Honestly, I kind of dove into it. I got
Mhm.
this huge fight coming up, and it's a great distraction, getting
Mhm.
in there and getting after it. So if anything, it's helped me train harder and help me, training has helped me get through it. But
Mhm.
it's still not easy. It's tough, but I know my little brother would want me to get in there and smash Pettis's face. So I'm training my hardest to do that. So um, yeah.
Does that make your fighting career take on a new tone? The fact that you've got that, and then that's pushing you. Is there any sense of, wanting to
One
to be
thousand
successful?
percent, man.
Mhm.
1,000%. So just right before it happened, he was talking. You want to come out here and start training and get back into it
Mhm.
and everything like that. So I got my one brother out here with me training already, and then he was planning on coming out and training with us as well, and starting his fighting career, and he never got the chance. So it's all the more reason for me to be successful,
Mhm.
because he doesn't get that chance. So
Having your other brother out there with you, it sounds like this is kind of like a family affair that they kind of push you on to do great things. Describe that connection that you have and how they help you.
me and all my brothers are as close as brothers can get, I think.
Mhm.
We're constantly pushing each other and helping each other to be better in all aspects of life. So um having him here and having my family training with me side by side, it's just we're always trying to outdo each other. It's
Mhm.
been like that since we were kids, so it's just, yeah, it's wonderful having them, and they believe in me, and they push me and want me to be the best version of myself. And so
Mhm.
yeah, I don't want to let them down. So I've definitely stepped it up. I've been boxing this past year, and I've kind of just been having fun with boxing. Um, but I got this tournament coming up. I drew Anthony Pettis right off the bat, which I'm stoked for. I know a lot of other people would probably be like, oh, I got Anthony Pettis, but me, I was almost asking for him. I wanted him at the champ first, because I want to show up and I want to make a statement that first fight. So yeah.
Obviously, kind of looking, and I was going to ask you about that, drawing Anthony Pettis, making a statement. Um, what have you been doing kind of to prepare for him? Have you been watching past fights, throwing yourself in video? What's your process?
I let my coach handle all of that. I trust in the process and I trust him. So I let him do all the film watching, and my coach has a mind for fighting like nobody else.
Mhm.
I've had a handful of different coaches, and not he thinks outside the box a little bit when it comes to fighting, and yeah, I mean, the dude's mind was made to be a coach and to be a fighting coach. And so I just trust him, and I trust the process. And we're gonna go in and start putting it on him, and I think he's gonna try to take me down. I know he's this great, he's supposed to be this striker, and um yeah, I think I win on the feet. So I've been, you know, just getting ready for pretty much anything, you know.
Mhm.
Whatever he comes at me with, I'm gonna bring it right back. So
Well, and you kind of brought up this idea that a lot of people look at him as this great striker. You've really immersed yourself in boxing for uh, the last year, year and a half, really. I mean, as much experience as you had in the bubble. How vital was that to preparing you for this moment? And how confident do you feel in your stand up game, especially with your fist at this point because of that?
um the boxing, man, it's made me a better mixed martial artist. Just my eyes and being able to read people and read their movements, and boxing's different. You're a lot closer. You only got that one tool, and so you start to read people's bodies and how they move, and how they're setting stuff up. And after boxing for a while, which I've never stopped mixed martial arts training. I knew PFL was coming up, so
Mhm.
we were constantly training mixed martial arts. But I noticed the more I was boxing and the more I was competing in boxing, I would come back and we start training mixed martial arts, and it was like everything slowed down a little bit almost.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what it's done for me. It's slowed down the mixed martial arts fight, because boxing's fast paced and I only have that one tool, so I can't range control as much. You got your jab to range control. I don't have kicks. I don't have wrestling. I don't have any of that
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah, it's really um yeah, it's really helped me in so many ways. And I think it has definitely helped prepare me for what's coming up next.
I know a lot of people might say, okay, he's been out of the MMA fight game professionally for a while. But as you're saying, it almost seems like boxing has been such a strong tool to help get you ready that kind of going between the two arenas, it doesn't feel like you sense that you're losing any from boxing to MMA, MMA to boxing.
Not at all, man. I think it's done nothing but help better my fight game all around.
Mhm.
And I've been competing. There's a lot of people throughout this pandemic and these past couple, this past year, that I mean, they weren't getting fights, they weren't competing unless, I mean, you got UFC. And I mean, shows are starting to open up now, but I think a lot of them have been sitting on the sidelines, and I haven't. I've been competing pretty regularly. I think I fought more times in 2020 than anybody else.
Mhm.
So, um, or I'm close to. I'm not 100% sure about that, but
Mhm.
that I think is a big bonus, is that I've been competing. When you take time off, you get that ring rust, and
Mhm.
I haven't took any time off. I've been competing. So
Well, and that's the thing that surprised me too, is seeing that you even fought, not even a month ago in February, as in a boxing match. I was curious, was that kind of a spur of the moment thing? Was that planned? Were there any reservations from PFL about you getting in a boxing ring?
um they let me box throughout this year. They finally cut me off, and because it's getting closer to the tournament. But I'm a fighter. That's how I make my money. That's all I do.
Mhm.
So if I don't fight, I don't get paid, man. If I don't get paid, I don't eat. And
Mhm.
if I don't eat, I don't survive. So um yeah, but I fight to pay the bills, man. I fight because it's my passion. I fight because I love it. And um yeah, I'm blessed to be able. I'm blessed that PFL was awesome enough to let me box, throughout the years.
Mhm. I'm assuming between, at least through June that there's no there because there's going to be no boxing at that
No,
point. It's all
no, man,
it's
we're done. We're definitely done boxing. My sole focus is, like I said, on smashing Anthony Pettis' face. So
Mhm. In this kind of tournament environment, is it hard not to look ahead and think of other fighters, or is it just I got to look at this guy first and then move on from there?
um I think every single person I fight is going to do the exact same thing.
Mhm.
So, once they get in there with me and I start peppering them and I start putting it on them up on the feet, I think every single one of them is going to try to shoot and going to try to wrestle me. So,
Mhm.
I'm getting ready for every single one of them, getting ready for Anthony Pettis, So, I'm taking it a fight at a time. I can't be worried about who I got next or who, if Schultz loses or wins, or I can't be worried about that, especially with
Mhm.
Pettis in front of me. He's an elite, combat athlete,
Mhm.
and so yeah, I'm focused on beating him up, and then on to the next guy, which I think is going to try to do the exact same thing to me is Anthony will. So it's just I'm gonna fight my fight, man. I'm gonna stick to my game plan, and I'm gonna try to get that win, regardless of who's in front of me.
No doubt. And looking at the PFL, it's got to be a whole different level when you see the possibility of winning $1 million there. Kind of that there's not too many fighters that have that possibility. How much do you see that and you're like, man, I want that money, I want that prize, I want this.
I mean, that's life changing.
Mm-hmm.
And being a fighter, I mean, I fight a lot, and I still come up short on paying my bills sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to level up, and I'm ready to be able to fight once or twice a year instead of 8 times, 8, 9 times, which I love fighting, but it'll be nice to you know if and when I win that money, to be able to pick and choose when and where and why I fight, and
Mm-hmm.
um I'm gonna be involved in combat sports my entire life, whether it's fighting or coaching or whatever I do. It's what I love. So that money will make it so much easier, and let me be able to do what I want to do with this sport. And
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, it's a huge blessing to be in the tournament and to have the chance. So
A couple more questions and I'll let you go here. Uh, as far as one thing I always find so interesting about you is that you've fought at so many different weights, and you make it look easy going from one weight to another. I noticed that your last boxing match you were fighting at super middleweight. Um, is that really show that you're versatile? You can really make anywhere between super middleweight in boxing, lightweight in MMA. Where do you see your future, or is it, hey, whoever wants to fight, they can have it?
honestly, I feel the best at 155, 160, around there. That's where I would like to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started beating everybody up in boxing, nobody wanted to box me. So I'm knocking out, I'm beating undefeated guys and top prospects, and it got to the point where you know the the guy has to have some sort of advantage, I guess. So the only fights we could get are these bigger guys. The guy
Mm-hmm.
came in overweight as well.
I saw that 172.
Yeah. So no, yeah, he was 4 pounds overweight, and he cut to get there and still couldn't make it. And I was eating, getting on. I didn't cut anything. I didn't eat breakfast to make sure I made weight. So
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, they definitely have an advantage over me like that. And I'm a fighter, man. I don't care if you got 10 pounds on me. I'm gonna try to break your face regardless. So um yeah, I'll take what I can get, man. I love to fight, and if I feel like I can beat the guy, I'm gonna sign the contract. So
Mm-hmm. When the PFL kind of the season runs out, do you think that you continue to go back and forth between boxing and MMA, or does one kind of taking the lead over the other, would you say?
um man, I'm an MMA fighter, man. I'm a mixed martial artist. I like boxing, and I'm a decent boxer. But man, these boxers run around and dance around and run from me, and they don't want to fight, man. They want to touch me and run and try to win the point game, and that's just not my style, man. I want to get in there and like, let's bang it out, bro. Let's put on a show for the fans, and I don't. I mean, some boxers do, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Mm-hmm.
boxers stand toe to toe with me and throw down, and it's exciting, and that's what I'm looking for, man. I want win, lose, or draw. I want people to go, damn, that was a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, mixed martial arts. I have a lot more tools. I would like to go back and box here and there, you know, if possible. But I mean, I'm a mixed martial artist, man, and if I could just fight mixed martial arts and get by and pay the bills, that's what I'm going to do, you know. But with PFL canceling and me being signed with them, they didn't want me to do any mixed martial arts until the tournament, and I'm like, man, you got to let me do something, and I was good enough to be able to box. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I might box, I might stick to mixed martial arts, I don't know, that's how I'm decided. So.
Well, I was going to say this earlier, but you know, I think kind of our conversation kind of took this natural path. But I wanted to say happy birthday to you first and foremost.
Thank you very much, sir.
And then what? Any big birthday plans? What's the plan for you tonight?
Me and my team are gonna cook dinner together, and I might have a slice of cake, man. I'm gonna go to practice. I'm gonna get my work in. I got a kids class to teach, and you know, whether it's my birthday or not, I'm gonna show up for those kids. So yeah, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna run my classes, and then I'm gonna get together with my team, and we're gonna eat a good meal and have some laughs. And yeah, it's just business right now, man.
I hear you, Clay. Always nice talking to you. Always thank you for the time, and I hope there's $1 million waiting for you on your 28th year.
Thank you very much, sir.
Have a good one, my friend.